And we back again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not gonna happen in this video, but that's all right. We'll live to fight another day. Joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Best. How you doing today, Mrs. Best?
Good evening. Good evening. I am well. I hope that you are well. I hope that everyone watching is well. And be sure to like the video.
Yes, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Shout out to Kevin Reynolds, who's also here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. And, I'm seeing a lot more people watching and subscribing at the end of the video. Great. I appreciate it. James always appreciates everybody, even if you watch, even if you like the video. But you guys keep the momentum. Get me seen across this YouTube algorithm. I need it. Trust me. So, without further ado, let me scoot this chair up because we got some stuff to talk about. So the episode actually opens up with Martell and Destiny. Destiny is taking Martell to her storage unit, aka her commercial workspace. I said Destiny. Because Destiny, I'm not saying she had to get a full on warehouse, and we all have to start from somewhere. I'm not trying to clown Destiny. But I said to Mrs. Best, I said, this looks like a storage unit. It's a storage unit. Like a commercial space. And so they actually had the nerve to show, like, you saw people with pink doors. Destiny said that there's people who also manufacture products. We had a hair salon up in there. Now, granted, I have seen that someone else had to remind me that on another show there was a hair salon out of a storage unit, but I'm like, how do they get plumbing? Never mind.
Let me explain. Y'all don't understand because that look like Payless or public storage. And I'm going to say this. It goes against your little storage contract to live in your unit, to do business out of it, all of that, 9 times out of 10. Listen, you got to start from somewhere, but don't present it as if this is like a legitimate space and it's not. Why is Destiny on this show? Why
Because
is
Carlos wanted her back on the show, so
Why is
we
she
have her
on
here.
this show? Listen, it's okay to mix people up in terms of income and things like that. But I believe Destiny's somebody who's dated people who may have been doing well, but I don't
I'm just feel like how's her setup going to work in that 8x12? Like I'm trying to figure out like I was gonna say that.
I
But
can't
okay,
take
like
her
is she gonna set up
seriously.
like where are you gonna get the electricity from? Because you have to plug in about 4 or 5 crock pots in order for it to, for you to melt your wax and stuff to make your candles. And then you have body oil. So I'm assuming you're gonna need a stove for that. Where's all this electricity? I don't
It
understand.
seemed like it's easier just to do out your kitchen. We would respect that more than seeing you
Right.
try to do this at the local public storage. I cannot.
Because
I
Melanie's
can't.
whole setup is at her house. Like she got a whole couple of rooms dedicated where she got and then she has the lab somewhere in another state where they
Especially
can,
with
yeah.
candles and like home goods, scents, things like that. People, body butters, like people will be okay if it's something that you are making in your home. It's about the quality of the product at the end of the day. So I just don't get why Destiny's on this show. But you know what, y'all? That's beyond me. And I'm going to just let it go because I can't understand it. This lady says spells fraud every which direction. I'm sorry. That is my opinion based on her charges, forgery, and all this stuff. I'm not surprised because the way she tried to forge this storage unit to be a workspace, I absolutely not. I'm gonna be quiet
I don't
now,
know how that's
James.
gonna work. Carlos, I hope that you at least got one episode of showing Destiny up in this storage unit working. I hope you at least got one episode of this. I need to see this operation. I need to see the tables. As I said, I need to see the crock pots like cooking and everything. I need to see her mixing stuff. I need to see everything. I need to see her workers if she has any. I need to see that too.
This lady isn't even on this show trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like I think in real life, like she's somebody who do what she got. She a hustler. She do what she got to do to get by. I'm not mad at that.
Right.
But in the company of these people on this show, even though they're messy and all of that, Tisha's educated and can run a business. Marcel runs his business. Maurice is a lawyer. Kimmy's educated. Like these are people who are educated and or entrepreneurs and doing some type of positive representation in the black community. And then there is Destiny. And then there is damn Destiny. Get her off my screen. Her and her two
Little
braids.
still think that Carlos at least got one episode of her up in that storage unit making her candles and stuff. Carlos got to at least Carlos, you got to at least have one episode.
I'm with Kevin on this, James. I think that's definitely wishful thinking. And Kevin, that is a very astute way to tell James, you out your goddamn mind. If you think that we go see this girl in that storage unit, plugging in her little what is it called? The little plug-in kitchenette stove,
The crock pots,
heating
yeah,
up
that's why
wax on a
Cynthia
small
chose the crock
skillet.
pots to melt the wax.
I
I've
can't
seen that.
stand
That's
you.
why I said that.
That is what they do. I've seen that when
Yeah.
I have a friend whose daughter just went to school for esthetician, whatever they do.
Yeah, they
And
use
so
crock
she's
pots.
been doing that. She uses a crock pot because she does it
Yeah,
out
and
of her
see, in
house.
Destiny, I'm not trying
But
to run
she's
you,
in
but
her house, not a storage unit.
yes, but Destiny, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but for easy cleanup, because I didn't see no sink up in there. You can
Shut
get
up,
you.
James. Not the easy cleanup.
No, but they have the
Let me
little
tell
crock
y'all,
pots have the little.
James, the
They have the
cleanup.
little.
That
Stop!
is
Don't you
enough to
laugh.
prove you cannot do business out no 8x12 public storage. If she don't leave her wedding photos for the chicken man and some other stuff in there and stop playing with us, you could do this out your house, out your kitchen. We would
No, but I
respect
was
that
saying they have
more.
the crock pots have the little plastic little protectors, so you can just put it on the inside and the lining, and then you just put your little wax up in there. I'm serious. I'm trying to be nice because I didn't see no sink up in there. So
Oh my
they
God.
have that. So make sure when you do that, Destiny, this is just a quick little tip. You could just
Mm.
get you the little plastic sheets that they have for the crock pots now, and you can just put it in the lining and then just cook your little wax. I know you're gonna have about 3 or 4. Carlos, I better see this.
They must have lowered her support, her child support or something. I don't understand why this
I
woman
don't
is
understand
here.
this either. But you know what? I'm not gonna knock her. I'm just trying to give her. I just didn't understand that. I've never seen. I mean, I can't say I've never seen someone do a business out of a storage unit, but I guess that's a cute idea. Maybe I need to
Somebody
invest.
who's on a television show making the income that she's made, married to the type of men who've made a certain caliber of income. I do not expect for Destiny to be in a storage unit. And that's why I'm not going to lie to y'all. Well, I'll roast her a little bit for it because somebody that has her means should not be in this situation. Do it out your house, rent you a cheap little warehouse, get you an Airbnb. Hell, do it in a garage. But to be doing this in a storage unit and then you got these people moving you in as if it's something legit. And the producers knew they was being shady, showing that hallway that we've all went down before when we've
Yeah,
moved.
I got one right
Okay.
now. No, I got one right now. I've seen that hallway. Yes, that is public
Absolutely.
storage. I've seen it. Absolutely.
But
But you
Destiny
know what?
should
But
be able to
they
do
were shady.
better.
I would have seen if I was Destiny. I would even ask them to film in that. I would be like, "No, y'all, it's cool. We don't need to film today."
But what
Like,
else can she film? Because she can only talk
this,
about Sonny and Moses for so damn long. So I think that they probably know they've exhausted us by now. With that, they got to show her doing something else, and she's just
this
not
one, yeah,
interesting.
this one definitely says she got her a commercial workspace. I'm thinking she got her a little studio suite,
Right.
not a damn storage unit.
Something in a little strip mall.
Yeah, like
Not
or not even
this.
that. Like, a commercial little office. We have a little office where, like medical centers
A
and stuff
fixer
like
upper at that.
yeah,
Hell,
where
Martell's
at
your
least you
friend.
have
You
some
could have
plumbing.
showed.
I mean,
She
when
could
you
have
gotta go
showed
to the
scenes with
bathroom, you gotta go around
Martell.
the corner downstairs. Like it's not no, this is not okay. We've spent too much time on this. Let's move on. So she has Martell helping her. He carried one little box in,
And why his
and
clothes never fit? Everything he wear be two sizes too small. Hoochie daddy shorts too tight. Shirts too tight. What is this, Martell?
anyways, like I was saying, they were talking about Destiny got Maurice got arrested, and then they were like, we all. Destiny said she got arrested the same week Maurice got arrested. I don't remember that. I think they were maybe 2 weeks apart. I don't remember. But she said that she was there earlier in the week. He was there at the end of the week and everything. And then they bring up Martell's situation, and Martell's let us know that he hasn't been found guilty of harassing communications. The judge hasn't even went to court, or they haven't went to trial for it yet. I'm just looking at him like Martell. Now, as many bloggers that have reported on this and showed the court documentation, I felt like I was looking at it. I felt like, and I could be wrong, But I felt like there was at least two or three that I could name off the top of my head that showed the court documents of him being found guilty.
He
So for him,
was found guilty of harassment communications as it relates to revenge porn. So he, I think Martell, I don't know what he's trying to do. I think it's the narcissist in him just unable to admit that he has been caught in being wrong. Telling y'all his clothes don't fit.
not babies for less. Wait a minute, I missed that. Oh my gosh, we is cut up. Okay, so Destiny says that, since everybody seems to be not on the same page, she's going to throw a little event for them. And, so they kind of ended on that. I was just looking at this scene like, this just looks terrible. I'm sorry. I mean, the
Their
entire,
friendship is based on the fact that they're both liars who nobody in the group can seem to really trust if you really get down to the nitty gritty.
and it's funny is in their shoes, hell, I would rather lie because the truth don't look any better. Because
Damn, you kind of got a
no,
point.
don't the truth don't look any better.
Who does that
So
though? What kind of conversation is that? Like, yeah, man, yeah, James, by the way, yeah, I'm innocent until proven guilty. That's what I thought was supposed to happen. I was arrested the same week as old boy.
yes,
Yeah, and I was found not guilty. And
no,
it's
this
just
my this
like,
my better. This is the better one. Yeah, I got this bomb commercial workspace where I can make my candles and my body oils and everything. I gotta come on, I'm gonna show you my workspace. We
they get
finna
on my
take
nerves. They all need to tell the truth to shame the devil, but they not gonna do it. I'm tired.
So, anyways, y'all, the next scene comes up of Kimmy driving up to Mel's house, and they're gonna go have a workout. Mel got Auntie Deb up in there as the trainer. And they, Kim, we learned about Kimmy from a result of her fighting breast cancer and her being in remission and everything, that, her lungs are still not properly, because that's a lot of wear and tear on your body when you're going through chemo and everything. My father went through it, unfortunately he didn't make it all the way through, but I do know that there's a lot of effects that can happen, being in that space. So, they do take it easy on Kimmy. They work out and everything. Auntie Deb says she made some spaghetti squash, so she's gonna feed them, spaghetti squash, and then they didn't turn the conversation. So Kimmy asked her, has she talked to anybody since the trip? And Mel said, no, she hasn't talked to anybody, but she was made aware of an interview that Destiny had did. And I feel like, and I could be wrong about this because I don't really know the time sequence of this. I don't know if I don't know if this was around the blog where Mel had went off on social media about Destiny alleging that, her and Martell and Melody were, supposedly trying to do each other, and that Mel liked women at some point or something like that. And Mel went all live and disputed that right away and went all the way off. Like, I remember this happening earlier this year. So I'm wondering if that was the same time as that came out, and that's what Melody was talking about. The look on Kimmy's face was pissed because she got by Mel. Loved it. Oh, are you talking about when we got to Maurice's part? Because she did look mad. Like, she acted like she had attitude. She wouldn't answer no questions, which we knew Kimmy was. That's why I don't really want to talk about that, because Kimmy wasn't going to answer anything. Kimmy wasn't going to make him further in trouble than what he was. I think that this time nothing's been determined. So she wasn't going to answer nothing. Even if it was determined, she still was going to deflect and protect Maurice. So, and I can't blame her. That's her husband. So who can blame her? So, she said that Mel said, I thought me and Destiny were cool. I had no problem with her until she did the interview. So it seems like when Mel gets wind of an interview, because we had the same conversation last week with Nail. So it seems like when someone does an interview with Melody and she gets wind of it and someone says something she doesn't like, which could be justifiable. I'm not saying it's not. She pretty much cussed them off and was like, I ain't got nothing for you no more. And I never saw them reconciling. I never saw Destiny and Mel reconciling at all. I never thought that was even on the table. So, is there anything you want to add before I move on to this ridiculous thing of Maurice?
No, not at all, child. Not at all.
All right. So then Melody brings up Maurice and what's going on with them. And Kimmy pretty much skated around all of it. Mel was asking her what time of day it was. She didn't want to answer that. Where was he? She didn't want to answer that. He was out the next day still drinking. She didn't want to answer that. She just said, I just was there. That's pretty much what Kimmy was saying. She pretty much was just there. And it was like, okay, well, the court of public opinion said it was in the middle of the day and that he, was caught and everything. And Kimmy's like, yeah, probably. It was like, I get what Kimmy's doing. I understand it to every extent. But it was like, y'all are on national TV, and I'm sure Melody's not going to be the only person talking about this. So I don't understand why they didn't want to get ahead. But if I learned anything from Karen Huger on Real Housewives of Potomac, I ain't saying nothing until the case is done. I ain't
That's
saying
what you're supposed to do. So I'm not mad at Kimmy for that. Um, if you have an open case, you can't say nothing about it. So I'm not mad about that. However, when it comes to a case such as DUI, it's pretty cut and dry. They're not going to pull you over if you're not doing something to make them think that your ass is drunk. And you're not going to get booked in jail unless you have failed a field sobriety, blood test, and or breathalyzer test. So with the DUI, you did it. You did it. Unless you're being charged with a DUI for like being high or something that can't just be proven. If it's for drinking, in my opinion, you did it. There's not much to say, but I get it, Kimmy. I get it.
Yeah, I get it as well. So that pretty much ends there. We didn't have a scene with Tisha meeting up with Marceau, their chief of staff, and I guess one of the other contractors. They're in a residential area where gentrification is probably going to come to this neighborhood because they're building a home that is way different than any other home on the block. And that hopefully will get buyers to come in and, gentrify the neighborhood. That's happening all over the place. And the two people leave, and then Tisha and Marceau talk about, the interview that Marceau did right around the time that Martell had got arrested. And pretty much in the interview, Marceau said that he really doesn't have much respect for Martell because of what the situation is. It was harassment communication and conflict with, you know, revenge porn. And he said he doesn't have any respect for Martell. And I wouldn't either. If a friend of mine and his ex-wife were going back and forth with custody, he said, she said, rumors, alleging they infidelity and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, my friend gets beside himself and decides that he's going to blast her on social media with the potentials of that. I wouldn't have respect because I feel like that crosses so many lines that you should not do just because you don't like the outcome of something or just because you want to have one up on somebody. I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't have respect for my friend either. So I saw Marceau's point. I really did. And I usually don't see Marceau's points, but lately he's been making a lot of sense. And this is another situation where he is. Mrs. Best, do you feel the same way or do you feel differently?
Marcel's been making a lot of sense in recent times, a lot, but I do think that his sudden need to finally hold Martell accountable when he could have been doing this in way earlier seasons and plenty of other situations. I feel like something happened between those two and he's pissed off about it and wants to detach himself from him. But I feel like these two kind of put up with each other and BS about airing out each other's secrets because their secrets are probably super damaging to their kids, people on the show, things of that nature. So I feel you. I hear you, Marcel. You have a point, but at the same time, I think there's more to the story between these two dudes because
I agree.
it's random to go and say something so public about a friend. If you're gonna lose respect for your friend, you didn't have to go and say that on an interview that is publicized. Like you didn't have to do that. Even if I'm in a bad place for my friend, I'm not gonna go and do that. But at the same time, of course, I feel like Martell deserves it. But there's definitely more to the story that these two are not telling us. Because, right, Kevin, that's what I keep thinking with these two. Why right now, Marcel? Why are you suddenly making sense? Which kind of irritates me too, because it's like, so you've been able to make sense, which means that Marcel was bullshitting everybody for the longest time. But now because he's mad and threatened, now suddenly you can side with everybody else when you was bullshitting everybody and gaslighting people on this cast. So these two arguing, I'm kind of just like, whatever.
No, and I get it. And, and I don't want to take away the fact that I believe this was Carlos's podcast where he actually hired a host to do it because he wasn't able to. I believe this was his actual podcast. So I felt like, okay, so it's connection to their boss. So, of course, he has to say how he feels. So I was with you. I was like, okay, well, why now? Like, why would you have this opinion now when he has not changed since season one? Martell has been the same person since season one. He has not changed. Nothing about his persona has changed. Even with having notoriety on the show and money, he's still the same. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but he's making sense. So Tisha feels like, she should reach out to Martell and let him know, about the interview and where he really stands. And Marcel was like, I'm not reaching out to Martell. No, we ain't friends like that. Like, I'm cool. I ain't got nothing to do with them. I don't have any.
That statement is what made me like, nah, something happened between them two that they don't want to talk about on camera. Because that was your boy. That was your boy. Even Martell was saying that. Now suddenly y'all ain't friends like that.
No, it took me back to that conversation with Mel when they were at the coffee shop and Melody confronted him about Free Martell and everything and was all like, and he was throwing it back on her like, that's the dude you chose to marry. She said, that's the dude you chose to stay friends with. You knew him before I did. So it was kind of like, yeah, where was that sense of, like, did that moment change how you felt then? Because she's confronting you about Free Martell when there is a host of a like there's a whole crime there. Like, I don't know. It is weird. It is very strange. But speaking of also crime, they didn't bring up Tisha didn't bring up Maurice. And she asked him, have you talked to Maurice? And he was like, why would I need to talk to him? He knows what he did. He knows it was wrong. He knows all about that. Like he and pretty much Marcel said, I ain't got time for these people that want to lock themselves up and take away their freedom. I ain't got time for that. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So Marcel tired of this. Marcel tired of all of y'all fucking up and then trying to act like you on the straight and narrow. He is just tired of all of y'all. And I can't blame. And you know what's funny is I can't blame Marcel. Like even though I want to, I can't.
Marcel, to a certain extent, I'm starting to kind of understand him more with his like flip. I agree with you, Kevin. The snakes are definitely turning on each other. But all these people getting accused of all these crazy things. Let's say Marcel is doing all the things that he's accused of, which will come up later down the line when James brings it up, like as it pertains to his wife. Well, he's doing it without doing it in the aspect of doing revenge porn. Let's say that Marcel is drinking. He ain't drinking and driving and getting caught. But you know what I'm saying? Like none of that is happening. So these people on this show, I think you can do stuff for a certain level of entertainment, but then at the same time, they did start this show to they kind of were in some ways were representative of black excellence, and now you got a bunch of felons, misdemeanors, open cases, closed cases, dismissed cases floating on. There's it's all types of stuff. So maybe he's fed up with it, but sometimes I feel like Marcel don't like filming with his spouse either, and vice versa, and that impacts their patience. Oops, sorry, y'all. They doing a sideshow outside. But yeah, I don't know. It's something happened. He's fed up with these people.
Well, and to his right and to his, credibility, I would be sick of it as well because you're right. One thing you said about the premise of this show was it was supposed to highlight black excellence in form of real estate in many different realms. Like you had Martell and Melody who did property preservation. You had Maurice who did credit repair before he became the attorney that he is today. And then you had Kimmy who was a nurse and a realtor. And then you had the contractors, which was Marceau. So it's kind of like, yeah, the premise of the show was supposed to be how Family Empire started out and how we got to see them build their business and continue to brand it into something such as luxury real estate. We got to see the steps they took to do that, just like in the beginning of this show. That's why I'm scared for Family Empire Houston because I love that show, but I don't want like the drama of it to be scandals like this has been, because then I'm gonna not like that show either. So I definitely, yeah, exactly. It really did. And I just feel like that's not really a fair subsidy when you think of black people and black excellence and what we're really trying to highlight. Can there be drama? Sure. We're not trying to say that there shouldn't be, but it shouldn't be to this level. Like this is crazy when you talk about people going to jail for fraud, forgery, DUIs, harassment communications. It's gone too far now. It really has. That's how
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is Destiny and Kimmy meeting up at the Trophy Creators Workspace, and now see, Destiny, this is a workspace. You see how the lady had a few T-shirts up that show, it was nice and spacious up in there. She had all kind of trouble. This is what we needed to see, not the little storage unit. But I digress. So
Destiny could have got her a little art loft or something and been in. I don't know.
But anyways, y'all, so Destiny meets up with Kimmy. They begin talking, and she tells Kimmy why what she's doing, and it's realistically to get everybody together doing bonding exercises and everything. And she's gonna have trophies for the winner of the exercises. And Kimmy asks, "Well, who did you all invite?" She goes, "Everybody." And she goes, "Including Melody?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, Melody told me you did an interview where you weren't really speaking that highly of her." And so Destiny's like, "Okay, we'll call Melody right now." And so Kimmy's like, I don't want to be put in the middle of that. I don't want to be put in the middle. She goes, no, 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 no. I can't call her. I don't have her number. So why don't you call her? So Kimmy, against her will, because she really didn't want to do it, tries to call Melody, but it was a very interesting like ringtone block situation. I think she was blocked. I really do. I think that through certain time frames, Melody blocks everybody, and when they film, she unblocks them. I do. I really feel like that's what she'd be doing. That's alleged. That is allegedly. I don't know if that's really what's going on, but that's what it seemed like. Because even Destiny said, "You blocked as well." She keeps saying, "No, I'm not blocked. I'm not. She probably just wasn't available right now." So they then, talk, about how, she has no problem with Melody. She has no problem with any of them, and that this event's supposed to get everybody together on the same page and everything. So I'm like, okay, Destiny, you know, it ended up being the opposite of what you were trying to do, but hey, it is what it is. So it's the day of the event. Destiny has food trucks, a snow cone lady. She has first this person show up was Tisha. She showed up separate from Marceau. Maurice showed up separate from Kimmy, and I don't know why they showed two events. Maybe they just had different offices, so maybe they just figured they just try to separate. I don't know. It's weird. Nell and Chris Fletcher are there, and a surprise, surprise, Lance is there. And I said, "Now wait a minute, Destiny. Now come on, now you being silly." I don't bit more believe that Destiny is into Lance the way they're trying to put it out. But it was nailed for me in this confessional. That's what Destiny's talking about, big D energy. And I'm looking at her like, that's your fucking son. Why are you referencing y'all? Nell is weird to me. She just is. Like, why would you like I always try to go up for Nell, but Nell do shit that is just stupid. Like I was listening to that and I was like, wow. And even Chris was like, "Oh my, oh, oh, wow!" Like, no, no. You can tell you want to say no, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Like, this is your child. Like, wow. But hey, stranger things have happened on the show, so So everyone gets there. They play musical chairs. They do a tug of war. You know, everyone seems to be having a good time. It was the dodgeball that got me because everybody. You should have saw how Neil ran up and grabbed that ball, was going to fall over and trying to throw the ball. It was just so funny. It was a good. Honestly, I think if the exercises would have been better if they had a better host, because it just seemed like the little edit cuts didn't make it all that interesting. Um, can I get past Nell dressed like ET? And y'all, we not gonna do this
See, the
today.
problem with Nell, I agree with you, Kevin. Nell's looks on this show are atrocious, all of them. And I think the problem is that Nell is much older than some of these women. And that is okay. She's a beautiful woman. But I think that she does her hair and makeup to try and look younger. And it just don't work on her. It just don't work on her. I want
It's
Nell to do
between
something that fits her face. I'm tired of these heavy wigs.
it's like between her trying to look like a chandelier and then from Quita from up the block. It's like I can't with Nell. Like
She do be having old stuff that look like y'all remember being in the hood back in like the early 2000s, the late
yes,
90s, and you went in people's houses and the decor was kind of like that in the hood and they was trying to make the house look good. That's what they'll be giving. And
she
that's
would.
okay. But I just need for Dale to stop trying to look whatever. She got to change it up. She needs a stylist.
She do.
Melody, help her.
Somebody, I don't care who it is, somebody gonna help her. So Maurice won the musical chairs, Kimmy won the dodgeball, and I don't know who won the tug of war thing. I don't know how she did that, but it is what it is. So they go going around a circle. So Destiny has a pile of messy ass questions that she decided she wanted to ask everybody. So she starts with Martell. She asks Martell, "Well, who do you have the biggest problem with?" And it was like, "Oh, see, here we go. We're gonna start some shit." Martell said, "Well, the person I have the biggest problem with is not here." And she goes, "Well, obviously she's not here, but who else could it be?" So he stands up and he points at Marcel. And then, Marcel wasn't even tripping about it at first. Marcel was like, "Oh, okay." And like he goes, "The interview that you did, like I kind of felt like it was in poor taste or whatever Martell was saying." And he goes, "I gave my opinion. I don't respect you because you were trying to put out revenge porn on your ex-wife. And if y'all don't stop, if y'all don't stop, oh, I just lost my train of thought reading this. Oh my lord. Okay, Kevin runs your time out again. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it." But Martell immediately denies doing that, and Marcel was like, "Okay, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you didn't do that because there was a text message and there was a picture." And he admitted to the picture because I went back. I was like, he admitted to a picture because the producers asked him. He goes, "Oh, yeah, there was a picture. It was with the conversation he was having with his mama because he lied to his mom." So I don't believe Martell either. I don't believe that he didn't try to do that. And for me, it was him saying, Marcel said, "I have never lied about you." Marcel said, "Yes, you have. You have lied." He said, "Tell me one lie." And Marcel said, "The fact that I was with 20 women." And Marcel's like, "I didn't lie about that. I didn't lie about that. I'll go get my phone right now. I'll go get my phone." So Tisha's like, "Go get your phones. Let's see it. Let's see it." So Marcel goes to his truck, go gets his phone, and then pulls it out and then walks back to the group. He goes, "I got it in my phone. I got it right here." And so Tisha said, "Well, let me see it. Let me see it." "No, you don't want to see this, Tisha. I got it, but I got it. I got it." I was like, Destiny, if this wasn't an epic fail, this was an epic fail.
Destiny knew what she was doing. Martell, though, and I hate Destiny for making it to where I have to defend Martell. He was not gonna take it there. She had to, but didn't you say there was an interview or something? He was not gonna mention it.
He
Destiny
wasn't.
went and was trying to bring everything up and out. Now Martell's still an asshole and wrong and a chauvinist and a bastard, in my opinion, who's got serious mama and daddy issues. But he was gonna try and keep it cool because I really do think that he saw from that interview that Marceau is not ready to be on his side no more publicly. And I think Martell, to a certain extent, knows that he can't really afford no more bad press. All the good things come to an end and just will this show someday. So I don't know. It definitely gives Marceau don't want nothing to do with Martell because he might know more than we know as an audience at the time. Because it seems like there's something that they are not saying on camera. It definitely seems that way. But James, to be honest, the way I saw it was two men who both ain't shit. It's just one of them goes and does his dirt with some type of respect. And the other one just goes and swings his dick to any Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, and you name it. Doesn't care. He'll make babies, lose his ex, doesn't care. They are both one and the same. It's just one moves silenter, one moves quieter than the other, and one moves with more thought and tact than the other.
Oh no,
That's
it
it.
definitely gives, like we're gonna say allegedly. No, it definitely gives one is way more smooth than the other, obviously. But what I feel like for me, I feel like I would have dropped the trump card if I realistically had something on Marceau and I was against the wall like this. I would have dropped it. Oh well, Tisha, I'm gonna let the cards fall where they may. You said you wanted this. Be careful what you ask for because you're gonna get it. If he really does have something, it's given he don't have the complete information. That's what I feel like. I feel like Martell doesn't have it complete. He has maybe speculation and maybe, some sense of proof, but it's not enough to be obtained. Like for me, going to dinner with somebody doesn't make proof that that's infidelity. It just doesn't to me because it could be anything. It could be you could take a client out. It could be y'all going over blueprints or something. So it doesn't necessarily mean to me because him and Mel has had coffee a few times on this show. Will that be classified as a date? Like I'm sorry, like no, it's not. This is business. So
It just
I
seems
feel
weird that you would have proof that your friend was cheating on their wife or husband with somebody else. Like that's weird. You might know about it, but why would you just have like that proof
well, he was
on
in a
your
restaurant.
own?
Remember a couple seasons ago, he was Mel went on a date with a man, and it was their favorite restaurant, and he took pictures of the man and had video recordings and stuff. So I don't put it past him that he has something. I don't. I think he does have something, but I don't think it's like a cheating something. I feel like it's something where it could look like it, but it's not enough. That's what I feel like.
Tisha stupid though.
To be honest, I believe Martell more than Marcel. I used to think like that, but because Martell is such a hothead and his receipts don't be receipting the way it's supposed to, I can't really trust him. I
Here's the
can't really.
thing. I partially agree with Kevin because I believe what Martell is saying in terms of the 20 women since he's been married thing. I genuinely believe that Marcel has cheated throughout his marriage. It may not be as frequently as Martell or to the caliber of that, but I do believe some of the things Martell is saying. Do I believe that he has receipts? That's the part I feel like he is lying about. But it definitely seems, and Martell definitely gives the energy of why are you coming for me when you're just as bad? That's what it gives. So I do believe him. I don't think Marcel will ever admit to anything about his marriage really on camera. Because personally, even from that scene prior where you saw Tisha and Marcel talking about his brother and her trying to talk about that, she noticeably got an attitude about a subject matter that most wives will give somebody a pass on unless you can't stand this person and they just irking your nerves. So I don't know. I definitely think Marceau is never going to be honest with us about the true state of his marriage and what goes on in it. But with other stuff, I'm sure Marceau might be coming at Martell, but Martell definitely knows something that Marceau has done, and I do believe him to a certain extent because Marceau has suddenly turned on him. It seems to have the "I want to get ahead of it" attitude.
To me, I'm gonna be honest. This is my opinion of it, and I'm gonna say allegedly. Allegedly, do not come for me. Allegedly, I feel like Marceau, if he is cheating, I feel like it's the Will Smith version of cheating, where you do it in a different country and where can't nobody get to you. I feel like it's very smooth like that, and this is allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly for Will Smith, and I'm saying allegedly for Marceau.
Well,
But I feel
Carmelo
like it's
Anthony, you could use him as an example. That was not
who
alleged.
who
Carmelo Anthony, the basketball player.
who. I
Wallace.
missed the name. I'm sorry.
Carmelo, whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Because she put that on that TV show. But I'm just saying, I feel like it's the Will Smith where you go to a different country and you do it there because you don't want to get caught, and it's private islands and everything. I don't feel as though he's cheating now, but I believe all of them have cheated at one point, and they knew that each other was cheating. I believe Maurice has allegedly. I
Yeah.
believe because I just it just he looks like he would. Marcel, we already know he did, and then Marcel, as I said, if he did it, it's very it's as I said, it's the Will Smith allegedly cheating because it's even though we know, but it'd be in different countries where he's not going to let y'all see that. He's
That's
not
why
going to
I
do it
say
very
the
clearly.
only difference between Martell and Marceau as it relates to the cheating is one of them is sloppy and messy with it, and the other one is actually, unfortunately, meticulous and calculated with it. I do think that Marceau is the type, like if he cheat, he seemed like the type that'd be willing to cash a bitch out to keep her silent compared to Martell, who just go put her out and say whatever, I'll deal with it later. Like one is messy, one is not. Neither of these men ain't shit. I don't really think any of the men on this show are the greatest examples of what a man should hope to be in a marriage. But I think something went on between these two that we need to dig into more as an audience because Marceau and Marteau, y'all is beefing and hollering and screaming at each other like two girls who found out they was dating the same boy. I don't know what the hell going on between these two, but the way the energy and how fast it shifted, the random public interviews, there's something that went on between these two. And Tisha sitting there like a damn dingbat. Somebody talk about your man cheating, all of this. And she just sitting there looking for the
She wants
longest.
proof. Tisha want the what the heck? What had the guy say? Proof, receipts, timeline,
Cause she
screenshot.
showed it to dress her husband about it. Like, don't worry, baby. I don't believe this. She said, show me the receipts. I said,
I would want to
oh
see it too.
damn.
Like, what you got? See. I would have went like heavenly. You know how Mariah said she had receipts at the reunion, and Heavenly put out her glasses. She said, "Let me see them." That's me. I would have did it just like that. Let me see the receipt so I can, I could determine what it
I'm
is.
looking at Tisha though, and I'm like, girl, ain't
I
no
want
way in
to.
hell all these rumors coming up about Marcel throughout the years and you ain't had nothing to say. Marcel's the cafe.
I can't. I cannot. I want to clear something up because y'all keep saying I give Marcel too much credit. Marcel looked like the type. I'm saying allegedly. Marcel looked like the type that will have his escapade, go to the laundromat, and then go to the gym to shower, wash them clothes up, make sure he smells nice, make sure he ain't missing no socks,
He
make
don't
sure
want to
he's
deal with
all
Tisha and her mama. He do not
like,
want to deal with that. Tisha
yes,
and
that's what
that
I'm saying.
mama.
I'm not giving this man too much credit. I'm just saying he looked like the real clean type where you would never know because he comes out the same way he goes in. It's like, it's really right there. No, no, I'm just saying that's what he give me. Like, yeah, they're very far few between. I know there's very far few between men who actually do this, but there's men out there that will sit up there, wash their clothes, or if they at old girl house and she got to wash her and dry her, they're gonna wash her clothes. They iron it, they press it real good. They make sure they come back to that house exactly the way they come. They make sure ain't no lipstick on the collar. Instead of giving her $200 on the counter, he give her 400. The extra two to shut the fuck up and wait until I say to come out. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just how I feel. Because to me, I feel like if he did do it, Boo Boo would have came out by now. She would have came out by now.
I don't believe that. I think that that's why I point out the difference in Martell and Marceau. I think if Marceau did cheat, it's probably with a different type of woman than the type that
What's
Martell
that
would
supposed
choose.
to
But
be? Like,
I want to know why these boys are cackling with each other like they dated each other's boyfriend or girlfriend at the same time. That's what I want to know. Because it doesn't make any sense. But Tisha looked like a dingbat. Because I'm just like, ain't no way I'm going to be dealing with all of that. She didn't even address Marceau at all. And that's the part to me.
she
It's
was
like, you're
giving
not going
it.
to address your husband? Like, why is he saying this? Why every time he get mad at you, he talking about he could tell this? What is there to tell? What's really going on? Like, I wouldn't want my husband to be friends with that man no more. She is just sitting there like, oh la 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 la, the sky is blue.
He do. She do
like,
give me the type of person where if he came here with lipstick on her car, she don't think that's Crown from the restaurant. I get it. I do. I do. I get it, y'all. I get it. I'm just trying. I just feel like for me, I don't know. He just seems like he's way more smooth than that. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Because he has been this entire time. So I mean, ain't none came out. So clearly, he very smooth. I'm just making the point. I don't know what you mean by this, Kevin Reynolds. I don't. I'm gonna try to put it in context of what you're talking about. On another note, they carry on like the other dudes. Martell definitely. Martell definitely. And I
he
said this.
pissed me off storming to that car in them small ass,
Yeah.
extra
No.
small
Here's the thing.
clothing to come back with nothing.
Based on how Martell is as a dude, like as a black man, he give me the type where, and I'm gonna say allegedly once again, because I've said this on my channel many a times. Martell give me a dude that really is fighting his sexuality, and he thinks about being with all these women because ignorant ass men from another generation or two says this all the time, like it's realistically going to work psychologically. But yeah, and I feel like, and you know what's funny? It's not only him. I feel the same way about Maurice too, and I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like that about Maurice. I try not to because I don't really see it in every instances, but it's some about Maurice and it's some about Martell that give me this comment. They give me this comment, and I can't stand. It's so weird to me because I want to be like, nah, that ain't every dude, that ain't them. But it's some about Martell's anger and angst towards women that really make me feel like that, and it's some about Maurice's sneakiness that makes me feel like that. That's how I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it like that. It's something about his sneakiness, and it's something about Martell's diva-ish that really give me that. Because Martell's a diva. He just really is. Just really just fighting for nothing. But that was the episode, y'all. That was the episode. It definitely did what needed to be done. I can't wait to see the outcome of this. I don't think they're gonna fight like they did in front of Destiny. It's funny how it's Destiny's events and stores and like thereof that they start fighting this heavy over. Y'all ever notice that?
Cause there ain't shit to do with her, bitch. She cheap as hell. She didn't have time to afford to check so that she could get better equipment.
Well, Mrs. Best. I
What?
mean, she's only doing what she can do. She look, it's limited over there. She running her business out of a storage unit. So I'm not expecting her to be able to put out like a whole full exhibit or a state fair here. She got
Destiny better learn to humble up and not live beyond your means. Cause we all
right.
done
Like,
struggled. We all done been there. We all done had to maybe eat
yeah.
ramen noodles and things like that. This heifer got the
And
floor to
definitely
try and
turn in
plan
that
these
Mercedes,
events.
get you a Honda Civic and stop playing with us. Yeah, like it's just like, and I really am. I can't help it. I really am. I'm messy at times, but no, I'm really nice. But no, but Destiny need to get her. I say this. I said this to. Who did I say this to? They need to get them a Honda van. It was Monica from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She had that Range Rover. I said, Monica, you ain't got it like these ladies, and it don't matter. Get you a minivan and pull up in there, and act like you rich. Get you some purses from Ross. You don't need to be out there. And Destiny needs to do the same thing. She needs to stop playing. Go get her a Honda Civic. Get out that storage unit and just go get you one of them old commercial buildings. Use the supplemental car payment money and go and get you a regular space and stop playing with some plumbing because you're gonna need some plumbing. Like, I don't understand how you making wax candles and stuff like that, and you ain't got nothing to wash your dishes with. That's crazy as hell to me. That's crazy. But different strokes for different folks. We're gonna see what happens next week, y'all. This was really an okay episode, as I said once again. But I want to see what the outcome. I can't wait to see what the outcome is going to be. I wonder if it's really going to come to blows, or are they just going to just out each other's business.
I just want to know what he walked to that car for that phone for. If I don't see a receipt, I'm protesting.
So pretty much fake it until you make. I mean, in essence, yes, because you're on national TV. If this was me, and I'm just a regular person that does videos on YouTube, I can. If I'm not going to show myself in no storage unit printing books or doing my other business. I'm
It's
not going to
not
do
even
that.
fake it till you make it. If she would have showed herself at her house trying to get these candles together, uh, even a second apartment, something cheap like that, trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
fine. But to go onto a storage unit on TV trying to make it look like more than it is, and then to only comment a little bit on your recent arrest, girl, bye.
That's all we're
Goodbye.
saying. It just that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. I'm sorry. That actually I got secondhand embarrassment. I did. I got secondhand embarrassment because I just knew Destiny was just playing and she was getting stuff so she can go to her actual commercial space and work. But when she said this was her actual space, I said, "Oh, Destiny, you playing with us? Now you playing? This ain't even funny. Like this is sad." But that was the episode, y'all. Hi, Shayna. Thank you for being here, love. I so appreciate you. I gotta watch your recap too. Then why be on TV for millions to see? That is insane. My name ain't Destiny. I don't know. I can't tell you why she did that. I can't give you no answer for why she did that. I just know when I saw it on TV, me and Mrs. Best is over here texting each other, talking about, I know you fucking lying. I know Destiny ain't talking about this on her workspace when she had a damn storage unit. I know you lying. But once again, I'm not Destiny. I don't know why she did this. I don't know why she put that on TV. Yeah. We try to make this light and funny, and I think we succeeded. I did. I think we succeeded.
I'm just getting tired of people in Love and Marriage Huntsville arguing about the same shit or shit that happened from years ago, arguing about interviews. I'm tired of it all. I want them to move the hell on and find something else to bitch and gripe about. You got two grown men ready to come to tears and fight each other over who cheated on who knows more secrets than the next. You got a fraudulent forgery person in a storage unit trying to tell us she gonna make candles. I'm they make my teeth itch. They stress me out.
Carlos, hurry up with Family Empire Houston so I can take this show off my roster, please. Just please hurry up with that show. I don't even want to do Love and Marriage Detroit anymore. I really don't because I already
I thought
know.
that ended. Is it coming back too?
It's kind of no, it's coming back.
Why does he split his seasons in half? Put on another show to bring the other one back.
I don't know
Talk
why he
about,
does.
oh, we were on a mid-season break. What kind of break is that?
I don't know, but from what I understand is that that show will come back on after it's supposed to come on the same night as a three-part reunion. Says this is going to get a three-part reunion from what I understand. So they're going to air that episode right
A
after the reunion.
three-part reunion.
Yep.
I'ma just shut the fuck up and light my blunt. I'm a three. They ain't talk about nothing but the same doggone things. A three-part
You know what? I
reunion.
didn't want to, Shayna. I promise you. I said the first
He
season.
didn't. He
I
ran out of
didn't want to
shows.
do it. There were no other shows out there for me to do that would be quick enough for me to do, but I did it anyway, and it got on my nerves. Yeah, three-part reunion. Yep, that's what it
That's
says on the
crazy.
roster. It says on the roster it's three-part. Now the roster can change. He may can condense it into two. I don't know. I'm not Carlos. I don't know what, but for as far as what I saw, it's a three-part reunion. And from what I understand, they're going to premiere Detroit right after that reunion. That's how it says in my schedule. Now my
That's stupid ratings wise.
well, because whoever's watching Love and Marriage Huntsville can go right on over to
People
watch.
gonna be so tired from that shit. They not gonna wanna. I can see it now. I'm gonna be tired. Three-part reunion. He doing this to us around Christmas. Shameful, Carlos.
I don't think it's going to air on Christmas. I think it airs after Christmas. I think I have to look. I have to look again because I didn't see the dates. I just saw it was a three-part reunion. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Oh
Here we go. Here we go.
Jesus.
Here we go. I don't even want. I don't even want to do. I don't want to do this. But yeah, Carlos, sorry, I have a Family Empire Houston. I miss Aunt Nikki. I do. I'm just trolling on this YouTube stream. But yeah, let's go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for coming through for me this last minute live that we did. We're taking a break tomorrow, but we'll be back on my channel on Monday evening. We're going to be doing Real Housewives of Potomac and also Married to Medicine. So you guys make sure you're here with us Monday night. We appreciate you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who showed up tonight. I appreciate you once again. This Day Winning, Kevin Reynolds, Shayna, thank you so much once again. And I will see you guys on Monday night. Don't be late. Bye-bye.